Okay, so chapter 50 is a long one, which will catch up on the numbering system I've been using, so it'll take 2 days to do this one. So, you're right, there was, now already, Magna Authoritas. It was a great authority of Tarquinius amongst the Procas, the leading men of the Latins, with that genitive split there. So, cum, in a certain day, when on a certain day he indicated, he's appointed this day. Days are usually male, unless it's appointed day or the day you die, so it's female here. They should conveniate. They should gather at the lucum, the grove, ferente. It's gone into infinitive and accusative speech here because he wanted to agere, to conduct something concerning communal rebus, the communal something that the communities had in common. He wanted to agere them, to discuss them on this day. Convenient. So they gathered, frequentes, usually means crowded, or here they all are crowded together at Promaluce. It's the beginning of the day when the sun comes up. But Ipsius Tarquinius, indeed, quidem even, he servavited the day. He did keep this appointed day, but Apollo, a little bit, antiquam, before the sol had acciterated, set, he vented, he turned up at the end of the day. So there, this place where they gathered, Malta, the neuter plural, many things, for the tota dia, for the whole day in the council. Jactata had been boasted or thrown about in their sermonibusses, in their conversations on various subjects. Turnus Herdonius, from Macricia, some place, ferociously in with the accusative, so towards the absent Tarquinius, he had invections. He was rustling against him, he was complaining probably. It was Hord Mirum. It was not miraculous, indeed, that the cognomen of he was given Roma at Rome that he was wearing was superbus, the arrogant or proud. For already it thus, so clam openly, indeed, quidem, they had been mussetanting this, they had been muttering this. But nevertheless, still they appellate bantered him this name, Volgo, commonly. Or was there quicquem? Was there anything more superbious, more proudly, than thus omne nomen Latinum, than to be ludicaring? This is making a mockery of or playing with them with all this name Latinum, of the Latins. So he was playing with the Latin race, you might want to say. Principibus, with these leaders, longe, from far away from home, excitus, that would be part of this ablative absolute. Excitus means summoned or called from faraway homes, and ipsum, the guy himself, and the accusative, now he goes into the nominative with his qui relative, who had induxerated the council, a period called together for this council. He was non ad esse, he wasn't there. Profecto, assuredly indeed, temptari, he was tempting their patience, or trying their patience, to see that if, C is the if clause, if they would acciperate the yogum, if they would take the yoke, and he was pressing them to be obnoxious, which is followers or servants or something like that. Cui, to who, is anum, you can ignore that, just means for to who was it not apparent that he was affecting, he had affectations, desires, to have imperium in with the accusative towards the Latin people. He wanted to have imperium power over them. Quodsi, but if, sui would be his own, if his own citizens believe this well, or if it was believed at all, and not had been raptum, seized by this parricide, by the murder, cudere, this could also be believed in the Latin, we'll take that it as also. Although, ne quidem, not even thus ought to be done, debere, to an alien agena. This is like poeta, nauta, there are a lot of these professions that end with a, which are really male. Alien just means outsider, and gena means born, so this ought not to be done, they shouldn't follow a foreigner. Sin, That N just means NE. That's the shortened version. But if suis is, if his own people were payoneted and were regretful of him, quippy since these people, ali super alias, one over another, one after another, we might want to say, have been trucidented, have been slaughtered, they've gone into exile and they have lost their goods. Amitant means lose, bona is the neuter plural, they've lost their goods. Then what of hope would be better portend, of a better portend is like a omen for the Latin people. Si, say Odin. So if they had have listened, C's taking the subjunctive here, each one, quem qui, would have gone to suam domen, to his own house, inde arbitruros, so these are arbiters, these are, how do you want to call that, it would have been more observatoros, that's a gerundive. See the two osses going together there in apposition. They would not have, there's the nequi, have observed the day of this council, quam, so magus quam, more than he himself, who had indixerated, who had called together this council, was observing it. In fact, he wasn't there, so he was saying each one should have gone into their own house and not observed this day, since he called it wasn't there. So, hey, these things, at quiella, and other things, eodem, that means the same, they've got that male neuter O in it, pertinentia, so I'll just take this, you might want to say pertinent things to this and others, the seditious and factious, homo, so this is the man speaking, he's got these two adjectives going with him, seditious and of factions, or this is the way he spoke, his qui artibus, by these arts, all the opes, resources and wealth which he had nactus at home, which he had obtained at home, so he was an influential man at home in the Latin place, and this is the way he spoke, and he used these arts to do so. He had desiderate, this means to speak, sometimes it's rehearsed speech, but elegantly speaking is a good way of putting it, which he did maxime, especially or greatly, and then intervenit Tarquinus. Tarquinus intervened, he's finally turned up. Is male pronoun, finis, noun. So this was the end of the oration. Verse also, all turned to salutandem Tarquin, to greet Tarquin. Qui salento facto monitus. So it was advised that there should be this fact of silence, that they should all shut up, basically, and by the proximus, by the nearest people. And it looks like there's an explanation that he purgated himself, he's purged himself, or made an excuse of this time that he's turned up at, venisset. He turned up this time because, in the accusative, he's been made a disceptator, which is an arbiter, or a bit of a judge or someone. And this had taken up his time in between a patrum and a filium. So he'd been called a judge something between a father and a son. He had this cure, this was his care or his job of reconciling them. Integratium, into favouring or having the matter settled, and this had been his moritum, his delay. And quia, because this matter had exemissated the day, used up the day, passed it on the day, posteriorly, the next day, acturum, that's a future, would be taken up in the things, quae, which he had constituted, which he'd decided they would do this day. And we're nearly done. And as usual, Daily Dictionary, disceptator noun, an arbitrator, in use through all the ages, top 20,000 words. Not to be confused with any deponents when you're reading these kind of nouns. It's usually job descriptions for males are OR, and females usually have an X or something at the end, a disceptatrix or something they're called. Anyway, ne quidem. So not even id, not even this, by Turnus, he did with this quietly. Ferrant, they say. This being a head verb, they say, which takes this the past infinitive. So, not even this Turnus remained silent over. And dixisse, he has said, and M4, nothing is brevior, nothing is shorter than a cognition, inquisition, quam, than inter patrum and filium, between a father and son. With these few words, verbus porcus, this is able to be transitively to be crossed through or to be done. Ni, unless pariat, he should obey his dative, his father, habiturum, he should be considered to be an infortunium. Then you're a bad person, basically, or it'll end bad. That's it for the day.